Hello, so you're looking for a dog trainer here in Coral Springs and you want to make the right choice. Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to cover everything you need to know so you can feel totally confident in who you hire.
I mean, that's really what it's all about, right? Being able to enjoy our beautiful city with our dogs. Imagine a relaxing stroll through Cypress Park or grabbing a bite to eat outside on Sample Road without any stress. That's the dream, and good training is what gets you there.
All right, here's a quick look at what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about training goals that actually make sense for life in Coral Springs. Then we'll get into your different training options, how to check out a trainer's credentials, what to expect for a budget, and some local rules you got to know. We'll wrap up with the must-ask questions for any trainer you talk to.
Okay, first things first. Good training isn't just about teaching sit. It's about getting your dog ready for our specific suburban lifestyle. Dealing with people at outdoor shopping centers, staying calm when a jogger goes by in the park, that kind of real-world stuff. So now let's get into the nitty-gritty of your choices. This is where we break down the different ways to train so you can figure out what's going to be the absolute best fit for your dog's personality and, of course, for you. One of the most important things to understand is the training philosophy. You're going to hear a lot about positive reinforcement, and for good reason. It's all about rewarding the good stuff your dog does. This builds an amazing bond of trust, and honestly makes learning way more fun for them, which means the training actually sticks.
Okay, so you'll mainly see two options: group classes or private sessions. Group classes are awesome for getting your dog used to focusing around distractions, like other dogs and people, and they're usually more budget-friendly. Private sessions, on the other hand, are totally customized to you and your home. They're perfect for tackling specific problems, like your dog going nuts when the doorbell rings.
So you know the style of training you want, but how do you pick the right person? Well, looking at their professional certifications is a really good place to start. Think of it as a quick way to see their level of expertise and how serious they are about their craft. You'll probably see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name, and they do mean something. A CPDTK, for instance, shows they've passed a big test on training knowledge. KPA-CTP means they're certified by a really respected academy that focuses on positive methods. And if you see something like a CBCCKA or IABCCDBC, that usually means they have a deeper expertise in handling more complex stuff, like serious anxiety or fear. And now for the question everyone has: how much is this going to cost? It's really helpful to think of training not just as a bill, but as a true investment in having a happier, more peaceful life with your dog for years to come.
This chart gives you a pretty good ballpark for the Coral Springs area. You can see a group class series might be a couple $100s. A single private lesson is usually somewhere in the $100 to $200 range. And then you have the really intensive options, like a board and train, where your dog stays with the trainer, and that's a much bigger financial commitment.
Great training and being a good neighbor really go hand in hand. So it's important to know the local rules and also where you can go to practice all those new skills you're learning. Here are the big ones for us in Coral Springs and Broward County. The 6-foot leash laws for everyone's safety in our shared spaces. Making sure your dog has its rabies shot and is licensed with the county is required by law. And yeah, that excessive barking one is real. It's all about being considerate of our neighbors. Following these just makes life better for everyone.
And when you're ready to practice, we have some fantastic local spots. The dog parks at Mullins Park, Cypress Water Park, and the Coral Springs Bark Park are all excellent places to work on things like coming when called and being polite around other dogs in a safe, fenced-in area.
All right, you've done your research, you've found a few potential trainers, now it's time to talk to them. Going into that conversation with a list of questions is going to make you feel so much more prepared and confident. So here it is, your essential checklist. You'll want to ask them straight up about their methods. Ask about their certifications. A really good one is asking how they'll create a plan specifically for your dog. Also, find out how you'll track progress. And of course, get a final confirmation on all the costs. No surprises. So after hearing all this, what's your gut feeling? Does a lively group class sound perfect for your social butterfly of a dog? Or do you think some one-on-one private lessons to work on that leash-pulling issue would be a better start? Just taking a second to think about that can really point you in the right direction. At the end of the day, having a well-trained dog just makes life easier and more fun. It makes having people over a breeze, and it opens up a whole world of things you can do together right here in Coral Springs. We wish you the very best of luck on your training journey.